In this episode,
I'm dropping gems on how Black decor, the things we love, collect, and display with pride, can turn into a whole family issue if nobody handles it ahead of time. We're going to walk through a few real-life situations. First, a very public legacy conflict involving the family of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., including disputes with Harry Belafonte and disagreements over Dr. King's Bible and Nobel Peace Prize. Also, a Black Santa collection that's already been spoken for while the owner is still living, and an inherited Black memorabilia collection that became a cultural archive instead of a family dispute. If you stick around with me till the end, you'll also find out exactly what I'm doing to make sure this Willits design busts all night long, a piece I've loved and cherished for more than 20 years, doesn't leave my kids dealing with confusion, tension, and foolery when I'm gone. Because love isn't just what you leave behind. It's protecting the peace of the people you love while you still can. And with that, let's get started. When we first came up with this idea, we planned to feature the stories of everyday sisters whose Black decor debacles resulted in lots of pain. They all backed out of the interviews, however, fearing that publicizing their private grief would make matters worse. Now, that was never my intent, but I get it. So, instead, I'm going to start this discussion with a very public family dispute because the lesson is the same. Dr. King, the Documents, and the Divide, when history becomes inheritance. After Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in 1968, questions around ownership of his personal effects followed for decades. In 2008, Harry Belafonte, a close friend and longtime supporter, attempted to auction several civil rights documents that he said were gifted to him by Dr. King and Coretta Scott King. Dr. King's children were against this, saying the documents belonged to the estate. This dispute went public in 2013 and was settled in 2014, allowing Belafonte to retain 3 items, including handwritten speech notes and a condolence letter from President Lyndon B. Johnson. But that wasn't the only conflict surrounding Dr. King's legacy. Within the family itself, disputes arose over 2 deeply sacred items, Dr. King's Bible and his Nobel Peace Prize. Those items took on national significance in 2009 when President Barack Obama was sworn in using Dr. King's Bible. Dr. King's sons argued that the Bible and the medal could be sold as estate assets, while his youngest daughter, Bernice King, opposed any sale, believing they should be preserved as legacy and not monetized. Because the family could not agree, the Bible and the Nobel Peace Prize were placed in a court-controlled safe deposit box. They were not sold, but only after the courts intervened. And that's the lesson. When intent isn't clearly defined, even the most sacred items can end up locked away, not in homes, not in museums, but in court. Aunt Mary and the Black Santas, collected over time, gifted with intention. The first time I really understood decor as legacy came from my Aunt Mary. She's been collecting Black Santas since 1974, long before they were easy to find and long before they were popular. Her Black Santas mean the world to her, so much so she displays them all year long. So imagine my surprise when my aunt recently shared that she's decided to gift her Black Santas to her nieces. That caught me off guard, and it landed right at the heart of this conversation. Because if you want to give your Black decor to specific family members or friends, tell them. Or better yet, distribute your gifts while you're still alive. Because what looks like everyday decor to someone else might be the item you treasure most. Inherited history, when heirlooms become evidence. Sometimes when cultural items are inherited with care, they don't just stay in families, they shape history. One of the first books I ever worked on was The Art and History of Black Memorabilia by Larry Vincent Buster. That book exists because Larry was intentionally willed an extensive collection of Black memorabilia, items that were painful, offensive, and historically significant at that time. Instead of hiding those items, Larry documented them. That inheritance became scholarship, it became authorship, and it became one of the most comprehensive illustrated guides to Black memorabilia ever published. Hey sis, if this video has inspired you to better manage your Black decor for your loved ones, let us know down in the comments. Quick temperature check. I just want to make sure you're good. If this is your kind of conversation, I want to invite you to a deeper connection by joining the Redo Room right here on YouTube. This is Black decor with intention and meaning. To join, just click the join button next to subscribe on this video. If you're watching on your phone, tap join right under the video title. Everything happens right here on YouTube. As you know, I like to leave you with a soft life moment in every video. Here, I'd like to remind you that peace doesn't just happen. It's planned. It comes from making decisions clearly, communicating them while you're able to explain your reasoning, and leaving a record of your intent. Not to control the future, but to reduce confusion later. Peace is knowing the people you love won't have to argue, won't have to sort through memories while carrying grief, and won't have to wonder what you would have wanted. They'll know, and so will you. Making the call, the why behind my choice. Before I go, I want to come back to this piece one last time. This bus didn't just get passed down in my head. It already has a name on it. Tyler, my oldest son, the one who plays the sax, the one who loves music just like I do. Not because it's valuable, but because it tells a story he already understands. And I didn't want to leave that decision to chance. Thanks for hanging out with me today, family. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so you won't miss the next soulful, inspirational moment right here on Mommy Room Redo.